talk for about 7 months now, I think, since the last time we caught up. So much has happened as well.
I know, it's exploding in a good way. It's happy problems. As I said, bro, looking at Chadwick, looking at all the madness in the world, bro.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm well, touch wood, family's well, I can't complain, brother. So it's one of them ones where, it's been doing well. I'm working with the NEU now.
Amazing.
So they've asked me to come and help out, and the book is doing well, and I'm on a lot of conferences. Yeah, man. It's since you saw me, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, man.
Yeah. And I see you've been more active now on social media, because remember we were talking about before about your lack of presence on social media, but I see that you're gradually just coming out of it now.
You know what it is? It's the way forward. And with COVID, you know what? Actually, the last time I remember, this was December 2019, right?
Yeah.
It's a different world, bro.
It's a different world.
It's completely. I don't know if we'll talk about it in the actual poddy, but it's different. 2019 feels like 5 years ago. Yeah. Honestly, it feels like 5 years ago. And I realized that, and I want to talk about that obviously in the poddy as well, that
definitely
changed, bro. And I'll just drop some science. It's like, there's a lot of softwares that teachers use, like Show My Homework and stuff like that. And what one of the developers was saying was that they're saying COVID-19, they went to the schools and said, look, use these digital softwares and digital classrooms. Mm-hmm. And most teachers were reluctant because COVID-19 has advanced their course by 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So everybody's had to convert. To this point, if without COVID-19, it probably would have taken a decade for schools to become so active.
Yeah.
So we're in a different world, and it's about what my passion is. But I look at the but I feel a bit prophetic, because I think a lot of the things I was talking about with you in the last poddy, what's happening in education. It's kind of
the classroom and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of come true. So I feel like, there's so many things. It's crazy, but I'm sure we'll get into it.
As long as you're healthy, the family's is all good and healthy. We thank God for that, man.
Well, we thank God, man. As I said, Chadwick, bruv, that hit.
I know.
That hit a bit hard, bruv.
Do you know what? It hit me so, because the thing is, I mean, we always get this every year where like you get like a prominent celebrity or an individual that everyone's well connected to that passes away, and everyone puts out all the kind words in regards to that person, but I think with Chadwick, it hit me a bit different. And I was comparing it. I know you don't compare deaths, because morality and deaths is all the same when you look at it. But the impact I feel like Chadwick had on me personally was more impactful than any of the more recent ones that were mentioned when in relation to celebrities. And it started a conversation between me and my mates in regards to like just impact and the legacy that we leave and the worth of your work and stuff like that. And the way I done it is like I played it back to, so whenever anything like that happens, I always try to play it back to the last time I had an engagement with that individual. And I remember exactly how I felt like when I came out from watching Black Panther. I remember the emotions very, very clearly. Like I even put a post up on my Instagram. I was like, look, impact is everything, because I remember every single emotion I felt. I remember feeling gassed coming out of that cinema, like, yo, like I'm a part of Wakanda right now. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt it.
It was just, that was the salute, you know?
I'm telling you, and it's like just that impact alone, how that makes you feel as like a young black man, and seeing like a positive depiction of a black universe as such was beautiful, man.
And being an African as well, because
definitely.
We've had superheroes before, we've had all these, but I said no, but we haven't had an African superhero, not an African American. And even if you look at the superheroes, who have we had? We've had Blade, wisecracking, chopping, Shaft, Luke Cage, basically a mutant Shaft, basically. He's walking around. He's from the hood, but this guy was royalty, and he showed. It was just, and what I said to people, one thing I don't like though, is people are trying to make him a saint. You understand? Like he was like a saint, because we're all human and flawed. You understand? Like he went to visit kids, and he was a magical. When he breathed, ice, sparkles came out of his mouth. No. I'm not going down that route. But what I'm saying was that I've never seen an image like that on the screen.
Yeah.
And the image that he portrayed, I know he had other roles, and I haven't seen Jackie Robinson. I'm not gonna go there. But for me, when I looked at Black Panther, I've never seen or felt that way. And it's not really just about his character. It was the kente cloths. It was the traditions. It was the accents. When have you ever seen out of Nollywood, Africans being presented that way?
Never.
We're not the jokes. We are the ones on top. and it was such a unique vision. And I think why people are mourning is that we even if they get another Black Panther in, they're talking about recasting because it's too much. It made too much money.
Yeah,
the same magic. It was like lightning in a bottle. And I think that's what people are mourning. Because Chadwick brought that lightning. He was our, I would say he's our generation's Denzel, or he was going on that course.
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like he was going on that course. Yeah. And I think the shocking element as well was the fact that he kept it like low key for 4 solid years. And he made all of those movies during that whole period as well. And everyone was talking about the live that he done, and he looks extremely ill, and people making jokes and comments about it, not knowing that he was actually going through something severe. So the whole thing was shocking, man, definitely. But shocking. I mean, I definitely, my prayers goes out to his family and all these loved ones, man.
Definitely. And I think another reason why it's tragic, I think this year is kind of like a perfect storm for a lot of things because of George Floyd. I wonder if George Floyd, if it was like 2018 where it wasn't that bad. No, I can't even say because there's always been murders. But even with George Floyd, I think the reason why people reacted the way they did, most people around the world have been in lockdown. And I think that was a straw that broke the camel's back. It's not just George Floyd. And I think the reason why we, especially those who are from the diaspora, the black people, were very upset was because we've had all, you can juxtapose George Floyd, seeing him dying versus, T'Challa, Black Panther, and it's that image of oppression. We're still oppressed. And I know it's a fantasy. Black Panther is a fantasy like Game of Thrones, but it was just something we could look at and think, what if? You know what I'm saying? So it's an image that I think Chadwick and the way he carried himself as well was what people miss. And, RIP to him. And I hope his family...
Most definitely. I mean, I wonder how the film 2020 is going to look like. I just wonder what angle it's gonna come at, because it's been ridiculous of a roller coaster. Like it seems surreal, and I definitely think, as you mentioned before, the lockdown does play a major part into it, because people are locked in, and it's like you're more in tune and more connected to everything that's happening. As soon as a news pops up or something, you dig into it. You have all the time in the world. You're not sort of kind of like being distracted. And I think that's one of the things that people are going to pay more attention to now, like they lack of distraction and what too much distraction does to the human experience, and our lack of understanding and experiences of suffering and of pain and of things that's happening outside of our comfort zone. So that was really one thing, because I feel like I became more sensitive and more in tune during the lockdown. It's like as soon as something happens, you hear about it, you feel it, it hits you.
You're preaching, bro. You're preaching.